For many people, January is a dry January where they abstain from alcohol for the period of 1 month. But what if you've got something to celebrate in that 1 month? What are you going to drink? Today we're going to take a look at some sparkling wines. Hello and welcome to the Grape Explorer, where we celebrate the world of wine. On this channel we do wine education, product reviews and lots of tastings. So if you're interested in wine, consider subscribing. Well, in previous videos I've gone through non-alcoholic white wines and red wines, and today it's the turn of some sparkling wines. I've managed to find a couple of sparkling wines where I live through some local supermarkets. We are going to be trying a white and a rosé variety today of non-alcoholic sparkling wines. Now, before I pop the cork on either of these ones, just a little bit of information I have found out. They are both sourced with grapes from Germany, and having taken a look at what's available from Germany when it comes to kind of cheaper bulk production grapes, it's difficult to tell what's in here. They don't actually label any particular varietal of grape within. What I would say is, in Germany, from a white grape planting perspective, you know, Riesling, Müller-Thurgau are the most popularly planted white grapes, and the most popularly planted red grapes are things like Pinot Noir, which they call Spätburgunder, and Dornfelder. So I don't actually know that these particular sparkling wines have been made with these grapes, but it just gives you an idea about something that may have contributed to them. Taking a look at the white one first then, this is one of our old friends, Eisberg. I featured them in both the white wine and the red wine videos for non-alcoholic wines, alcohol-free wines, and they also have a sparkling as well. So it just says made from quality wine. Like I say, nothing specific there. These are carbonated wines, cheaper production method for creating sparkling wine. So we'll give it a go. They both come with, of course, appropriate closures on them. They do need to retain that pop, that fizz within. So let me get this one open. Nice to see a cork in the top of this one. Now, the right way to open a bottle of sparkling wine is to hold the cork and to twist the bottle. So let's do that, and hopefully we get some nice pop. There we go, very satisfying. Okay, that looks great. Nice fizz on the pour, which I think is important in a sparkling wine. We're going to go through a full tasting profile for these and see how we get on. So, colour-wise, pale lemon in colour, very pale. Aroma intensity. Aroma intensity is medium. Now, the sorts of things that I'm getting on the nose initially are things like apple and lemon. Quite dominant, actually, those two fruit characteristics. But there is also an essence of something that suggests it's gone through some sort of yeast fermentation. You know, I'm getting some kind of biscuity qualities to this one as well. So I'm going to give it a swirl. Of course, I'm using my champagne flutes. Aren't necessarily great for opening up flavours. It's all apple to me, really. There is a hint of lemon as well. But it's quite a sharp apple aroma. I sense there's quite a bit of acidity. So we'll give it a bit of a taste. Wow. That really has some effervescence in the mouth. It creates a really nice kind of mousse to it, which, if you're drinking a sparkling wine, it is what you're looking for, really. You want it to feel kind of elegant in the mouth, a little bit full, a little bit frothy, and it definitely does that. From a taste perspective, it's coming off as kind of medium dry. There is some sweetness to it, and the flavours that I'm getting are things like lemon, lime, quite candied actually. Although I got some aromas on the nose, they're not as strong on the palate. It's really dominant lemon and lime. Almost tastes like a bag of sweets actually. Kind of soft chew sweets. It has that feel about it. Now, it's got some acidity, which is good. Hasn't particularly got a lot of length, so I'm going to say it's medium plus on the acidity, medium minus on the length. Very light bodied wine. But overall, you know, £3 and 60 pence I paid for this, not expensive. And a lot of the alcohol-free wines that I've tasted across the board have always been quite inexpensive. And that's probably because of the way that they've been produced. A lot of this is grape juice that's been imported and then has undergone a carbonation, so it is certainly a cheaper production method, and therefore it's not going to be expensive when it comes into the shops. But overall, I think this one is in balance. I am getting some of the same things on the aroma as I'm getting on the palate. No particular length, and of course it's not intense or complex because it is, it's a very simple sparkling wine. But overall I'd say it's acceptable. If you're looking for something to have a celebration with this month during January, when a lot of people are going alcohol free, this is perfectly acceptable for such an occasion. Not too bad. Okay, so we're going to move on to the second one. Now, the second one is a rosé. It's called Fizzero, which I think might be pronounced Fizzero, which I was particularly happy about because I was singing Fizzero, 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 like that, which is acceptable to do at home right now, but did get me ejected from the supermarket earlier. A refreshing and finely balanced non-alcoholic drink combining sparkling fermented grape juice blended with premium green tea. Interesting. And again, it's carbonated in this particular one as well. It's been bottled in Germany again. So, where I've done these previous videos, Germany seems to be, for the English market in particular, where most of these alcohol-free wines are being sourced from. The grapes are being cultivated and harvested in Germany before coming over here. So this is a rosé, like I say. We're just going to give this one open as well. Hopefully we get a good a pop as we did on the last one. Very pink colour on first initial pour out. Wow, that is, let's put that there. That's vibrant. Okay, so appearance, like a hot pink. It's really vibrant. Plenty of bubbles going on in the glass there, as you can probably see, which is wonderful. It's exactly what you want in a bottle of fizz. Aroma, wow, really candied, really confected. And quite strong. I'm going to say medium plus on the aroma intensity. I'll give it a slight swirl here to see if we get anything else. Lots of fizz as I do that. Quite like the smell. Strawberries, cherries, raspberries, lots of red fruits here. Again, it smells quite sweet. Like I say, candied, confected. Particularly cherry. And if ever you have a cold in the winter time, it smells of cherry lozenges that help you breathe more easily. So we'll give it a taste. Nice effervescence in the mouth. Not as good as the Eisberg, I would say. It really tastes of cherry sweets now. Kind of boiled cherry sweets. And also strawberry laces as well. Again, not unpleasant at all. And I think this one's got some red fruit characteristics that you'd expect with a rosé. But it's not as good as the Eisberg in some of the other areas. I think the acidity on the Eisberg is a little bit better. The length is quite similar. It is also medium dry, there is sweetness there. And that came across to me on the smell. It smells quite confected. But again, not unpleasant at all. The more I'm drinking it, the more I'm starting to associate it with Cherryade, which is like a pop drink. And I think because of that, it actually detracts from some of the sparkling wine qualities you might be looking for. I think the Eisberg has potentially done a slightly better job there. Now that's not to say that this isn't tasty, because it's, Cherryade, who doesn't like fizzy soft drinks? But I do think it's kind of stepping more into fizzy cordial rather than fizzy sparkling wine. From a balance perspective, I think it is still in balance like the first one was, but it doesn't have the length, intensity or complexity. But it is acceptable. I think you'd be serving both of these to people who are either out going for an alcohol-free month or just don't want to drink alcohol at all. And these make perfect substitutes at a celebration, at a party, or wherever it may be that calls for sparkling wine. But over to you. Which sparkling wines have you enjoyed? Have you enjoyed some whites, some rosés? And what's available in the countries where you live? Like I say, here it is a little bit limited, so I'm really keen to know what you're able to get where you are. Let me know in the comments section below. I'm the Grape Explorer. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Cheers.